You are watching the GameCreds.com Clan Invitational Finals, cast by myself, Totalbiscuit. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SHOUTcraft right here, bringing you the GameCreds.com Clan Invitational. It's the finals, folks. Violence is abound and extremely likely. That would be my particular weather forecast. It will be raining blood from a lacerated sky, bleeding its horror. And here we have Select in the red trunks, quite appropriate considering. He's playing Terran right here for Team Dignitas in the top right-hand corner of the Steps of War. I shall cast this in the manner of the one and only William Shatner. And of course, in the bottom left, we've got Fenix in the style and pink trunks. He is also playing Terran. Two great Terran players, no question about that. Amazing amount of talent in this particular game. Which is why they had to put me in it in order to balance it, to ensure that there wasn't too much talent. If there was too much talent, the entire internet would detonate. And that would be quite messy, honestly. It'd make streaming a little bit difficult. Fenix and... interesting. They really do not want those supply depots anywhere near their main, do they? I mean, look at that. There's where the command center is right now. And all the way over there, Fenix builds his nice stylen pink supply depot, and Select builds his over there. I have to wonder why that is. I'm sure that there's some very important reason, folks. Yes, indeed. If a pro's doing it, it's vital. It must be some kind of grand master plan. Do not assume otherwise, especially when you're only in Silver League. Refinery coming up right here for both. There is a slight difference. Not that we really care all that much, honestly. Refinery came up slightly earlier for Fenix right there. I'm not going to be making any predictions because I don't like doing predictions, folks. Going to avoid that kind of thing. I will tell you exactly what could be happening, and then you will see it for yourself. You can make that decision, folks. Kind of like Fox News. We report, you decide. A little bit of harassment right here. Select tries to get his first little bit of blood going right there, but he can't do it. He simply cannot. Harassing on Fenix's SCV. SCV gets away with no problems whatsoever. Select quite rapidly through to the orbital command center, and there we go, follow up by Fenix slightly later, but not really a big deal in any way, shape, or form. Keep an eye on it, folks. A lot of people say that Terran versus Terran is a boring matchup. I don't think that any matchup is inherently boring. I just think they vary in terms of their manner of entertainment. Select tries to get a grab on it. Can he get it? Can he get it? No, he can't. Fenix is all the way out of there. Calculated to perfection, folks. Indeed, baked in the oven until golden brown. Reactor coming up right now for Fenix. Yes, indeed. Build Marine. Build Marine is a great tactic. It's a useful talent to have. There's no question. It's very good. His opponent, on the other hand, is indeed deciding he's going to do something else. He's going to build a factory. Oh dear. That SCV did finally die. Select pushes forward right here. Tries to take off the Marine in the hot pink, who must be feeling rather embarrassed as to his particular attire. One might ask to show me your war face. And indeed, he comes around in that pink outfit and everyone bursts into fits of laughter. It's very unpleasant. It was very nasty. Nobody likes to be laughed at, folks. Factory coming up right here for Select, and that is almost complete in comparison to the factory coming to Fenix, which is not so complete. Of course, he delayed that slightly to put his reactor down. He wouldn't have had the gas otherwise, and he's going to try and get an early Marine advantage. Select pushing out right here. An SCV is in the mix. It could mean a bunker is involved. Either that or he's just going along for a little bit of a field trip. A little bit of exercise right there. SCV feeling a little bit overweight, a little bit fat. He's been piling on the pounds. Valentine's Day, also known as Eat Chocky Day, a terrible time for him. Indeed it was. Select coming up with a starport as well. That is the classic so-called 1-1-1 build on the way. And there we go. Let's push up the ramp and see if he can do it. Now, he's not going to be able to. I think that's fairly clear. As you can see, Fenix outnumbers him without too much of a problem. He has his reactor up, so he's always going to have more Marines than his opponent at this stage in the game. There's no real question about that. Hellion rolls out for Select, though. That might make a little bit of a difference. Double Tech Lab coming down right here for Select as well. There you go. There's the stim pack coming up on the barracks. Tech Lab for there, and we could be seeing a swap around. It is a possibility. Let's find out whether or not that's the case. Up it goes. Yes, indeed. Banshees are a very real possibility, as of course is a Raven. Supply depot once again coming down for Select, because you wouldn't want to get supply blocked in this situation. That would be a little bit bad. Indeed, the supply for both of our players is fairly equal right now. Banshee on its way up for Select, and Fenix actually with his own Hellions right there. And look, it seems to be something that I've seen before. There you go. Although, again, there is a little bit of variance, more relying on Marines there. Banshees could be on the way. Raven's actually on the way out for Fenix, though. Oh, a little bit of roasting going on right here. Select is not going to be able to hold that there. He knows it. He's been driven all the way back to his defensive line. Select spreads out purposely to ensure that he doesn't get fried by that Hellion that comes on over there. Not too concerned about that. Banshee will be in the air momentarily, and a second barracks on its way down. There's the reactor for the factory. Intriguing stuff, folks. Either he's building that so that he can do the swap around once again, now being scanned by Fenix so he can get his extra Marines out, match as to what Fenix has got, or indeed he's maybe looking for a bit more Hellion play. It is a possibility. We will find out in the not-too-distant future. Okay, the Banshee is in the air, folks, and we do have a Raven out for Fenix. And he's got his command center on his way as well, so looking to expand fairly rapidly. Admittedly, he is at a grave risk of being harassed right there by Fenix's ground troops, no question about that. An intriguing swap as Fenix scouts that... There you go, you can see, saw the starport right there, switches it around, goes immediately for 2 Vikings with a Raven as well. He'll be able to counter any cloak that's coming in. But bear in mind, Select has elected not to produce a cloak, and that would be a smart move. Don't want to really waste that money. When there's a Raven on the field, that cloak becomes effectively useless. There you go, looking for the cloak. It's not going to happen. Select does not have cloak indeed. A little bit of oh, nicely done. Picks off one right there. Can he take a second? Oh, it's risky stuff there by Select. But you never know. You just never know. He needs to get the hell out of there, though. Vikings on its way. Select. Run, Select. Run. No, Select. Why would you do this? There you go. Loses himself a Banshee. And that was a kind of a pricey thing to do. Select with the Raven out to back up the force. And if we have a look at force composition right now, as you can see, Select actually has a slight Marine advantage. Indeed, very, very slight, but that Marine advantage probably won't be the case by the time he actually gets there. Single Hellion in the mix, Vikings in the mix as well. Not that they really matter at all. They can be used for scouting. Of course, they can land, do a little bit of damage. Whether or not he's going to do that, I don't really know. Continuing to stream across the map right there. Let's get a couple of pot shots off of the Vikings, try and drive them away. Here comes that attack force. Now, going up that ramp's going to be a little bit risky. There's the stim, catches one. Oh, great grab there by Select. Absolutely fantastic. And with the pressure right there, the stim, however, has worn down the health of Select's forces, and there's no way, absolutely no way he's going to be able to go in there. Not happening, folks. Not happening at all. Now, in the meantime, we see that the command center is going down for Select. That command center for Fenix has already been done. A good push back by Fenix. Of course, Select did take vengeance on him right there. Takes a couple of Vikings for free, and then decides, no, it's probably not a good idea because he didn't have the medevac out at that point. Medevac support was available for Fenix. That was a foregone conclusion in the fight. Indeed, it was a foregone conclusion even without those medevacs because, of course, Select had worn down his forces by the use of the stim beforehand, so they were a little bit weaker. Economically, right now, we're looking for Fenix to try and start streaming ahead. He does have that second command center out. He is able to drop a few more mules in. Command center is now complete right now for Select, continuing through to the orbital command, and of course he'll be able to equalize in the not too distant future. Select, however, has shaken things up just a little bit. He does have Marine Shield, whereas Fenix does not. He also has Stim, which right now Fenix does not. The deployment of that siege tank could be problematic, however. However, there's the drop. Select with a pickup right there, and a pickup for Fenix as well. Fenix is a big fan of the drop play. We'll see what he decides to do with that. There you go, moving around there by the looks of it to intercept. It looks like he did see that coming in. There you go, tries to flank around the side. Can he get the drop? Looks for it. It's not going to happen. Fenix, there you go. They spot each other, but, well, they don't really want to do anything about it. Now, Fenix having to pull back, as you're well aware. Drop is on its way. A lot of damage is certainly on the cards right here, but it is being followed up quite rapidly, and that could be very, very painful indeed. There we go, stimmed straight into the middle line. How much economic damage can he do? He takes one. He looks for a second. Looks for a third. There you go, big shell coming in right there. A nice split up by Select. He's not too worried about that. In the meantime, we can also note that there's a drop in the back, although Select really isn't doing anything with it, because of course he doesn't want to move into the firing range of those siege tanks. Around the side, we see yet more economic damage being inflicted by Select's drop. It is powerful. It is awesome. He lost 2. Indeed, count it, folks. 2 Marines, and his opponent lost a good 7 or so Harvesters, and indeed was forced to stop mining over at this area. Good double drop play right there by Select. Select in a good economic position right now, feeling pretty confident. His unit count is not so shabby either. Relying right now on medevacs and Marines only with those upgrades. It is very, very good. Honestly, I would not be surprised to see Fenix rolling out a few more Vikings to try and pick off those medevacs, make sure this doesn't happen. In the meantime, what we're going to have here is a drop here and an engagement here. Which would you like to see? Well, you can see what's going to happen there. He's going to have to bat the hell away. There's the backup right there and the double drop right into the side of it. And how much damage can he do? Can he take the factory? That's what he's looking for. Mega damage coming in. 50%, ladies and gentlemen. 35, 25%. It's going down, ladies and gentlemen. It is in flames, no problems whatsoever. Needs to bring that Viking down. And there you go, reinforcements coming in from the side right now for Fenix. Admittedly, he does not have the tech advantage. Fenix gives it up. Ladies and gentlemen, Select takes it in the first of this best of 3 series.